Greetings, everyone in the world who happens upon my little show here in Westminster, Colorado. This is Copy Who, and I am your host, Paul, the producer. And as I discussed last time, not necessarily the one and only. The one and only in Westminster, Colorado, probably. Is there another Paul, the producer, in Westminster, Colorado? I don't think so. But I've been hard at work here, and I'm a little bit anxious right now. I'm a little bit anxious because I have packages that are supposed to be delivered, and if they come, I'm going to hit this pause button on here, and I'm going to let them interrupt me. I put a sign on the front door. I'm like, FedEx guy, if you come, ring the doorbell several times to make sure that I hear you. The time during the show, the very most that I do not want them to actually come here, it's just a gamble because I don't know. It's going to be during the rise. When I do the rise, you better not fucking interrupt me, otherwise I'm going to make it like insane. And I don't want to lose a show or have to start a show over because it's fucking incompetent the way they've been handling it, actually. The good news is the packages that are coming are packages that are for me to upgrade my computer setup here to have a better show for you. That's cool, right? So all week long, they're like, hey, okay, Wednesday the 19th, between this time and this time, you need to be home. These packages are going to be delivered. And so I'm like, okay, I make arrangements for that. It happened to be the same time that my little mouth guard to stop my teeth from grinding at night was going to be coming. And I'd have to go get it fitted this morning. So I went to get it fitted this morning. But this morning, what I did was I knew the packages were coming, so I rescheduled the mouth guard for tomorrow. And so then this morning I received a text from FedEx saying, you have packages scheduled for delivery tomorrow. And so I called and see if they could get me in to do the fitting for my teeth today. Well, my little perilous fellow modern people that live in this shitty world sometimes. Then I got a subsequent text. Right when I was about to leave for this thing to be fitted on my mouth, I get another text that says, you have items scheduled to be delivered today. And I'm like, what? They should all be delivered at once. So I think they have some scheduled for today, some scheduled for tomorrow. Either way, right now I'm doing this show right in the window, and I really hope that I make it through this without being interrupted. Above all else, I hope I'm not interrupted doing this. So I went today to get my teeth fitted. In the meanwhile, my mom sat here just in case they might be delivered while I'm away getting my teeth fitted. I hope I can get through this because tomorrow I have no show. Tomorrow I can just hang out and do nothing. Now look how I love how that blue light shines on my hand over there. Yes. So continuing on, let's be silly, shall we? This thing, I wore this a little earlier today because when they put this on, I discovered that it's like having a retainer. So get ready for the annoying lisp. That's the problem here, is I have a lisp when wearing this. Here we go. I have it in my mouth. Can you hear how it makes me lisp? It makes my mouth, when I articulate the sound of the letter S, it makes me sound like I'm flagellating. And I have spittle coming out of my mouth. And I noticed a while ago when I was reading, I read this book for like 45 minutes this morning. Excellent book. I recommend you get it. When I was reading, I noticed that when I have this thing in my mouth, it causes me to have a lot of saliva being produced, and it's like dribbling out of my mouth. I'm like, oh, that's so great. But this is all to stop me from losing my teeth on the bottom and having to have them root canaled and capped from the teeth being worn. Is it not annoying hearing me talk like this? You can't quite see it on camera, so I look normal. I just sound like shit. But if I make the effort, I can articulate the S sound by going to the top of my mouth. Let me demonstrate. So, this is what it sounds when I make an S sound on the top of my mouth instead of the normal location, which is this spot right here. This is where there's just So how long can I go on like this before I annoy the shit out of people? And they're like, what's the matter with this guy? This guy, if you just turn it on now, you'll be like, what the fuck is with the way he's talking? I don't like it either, but I don't want to grind my teeth away either. But I'm not going to continue wearing this. I just wanted to show you how shitty it sounds. Let me just do that S sound and see if I can flagellate and have some spittle come out here. So, this is how it sounds. This is how it sounds when I modify the way I'm talking with my voice. It sounds more like SH when I go behind the device, but when I articulate in the same location, it's like this. So I can think, and I can do it a little differently, and I go into this silly shtick mode. Anyway, let's get this out of here, okay? Say goodbye. I will not be doing that again. I just wanted to demonstrate. That is my shtick for the beginning here. I just want to do this a little bit, okay? A little bit of flossing, and a lot of people who are like, oh my God, Johnny Carson never would have done that. I bet you he would have. If it had been funny, I bet you all kinds of people would. And, uh-oh. So someone's car alarm is going off right now. As long as it's not my delivery happening. What else have we? I just had a I had a turkey sandwich for lunch. I can tell the inflation is happening because they are lessening the amount of food they give you in the pre-made turkey sandwich, and they are charging you more for the sandwich itself, which is bloody annoying. Not too much of a fan of that. Why would I be? I mean, like, the world is going to hell in a handbasket. That's just the beginning of shit that's going to happen. And makes me think of this book that I was just reading, very good book, about the churches abdicating their responsibility to speak out morally in the world and being accused of, at every turn, by people of politicizing certain topics and whatnot, when in fact the banishing of the church from the public sphere because it's religious is in fact a religion of its own. It's like anointing a state religion. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that. That's boring. And if you don't want to hear me talking about it either, you might have had your fucking mind raped. Mind raped! Mind raped! That's you. Your mind is raped. Whoa! I know. And I will continue to refer to those books if they come up in the due course of things right here. Let me see what I have on tap here. Did I put anything down? I'm trying to think. I had my dreams last night. Oh, they were disturbing. I was not a fan of my dreams. I don't even want to say what they were. Yeah, because every night I go to bed and I pray for good dreams, inspiring dreams, life-affirming dreams. And last night I had dreams I could not possibly want. And I even said, God, what the hell was that? It was not good. And so I'm like, so is it my fault that I go to sleep and have dreams like that? And I was thinking, help me out here, God, because I don't really have that kind of autonomy over my dreams at night. I don't really want to dream things that disturb me. And the principal storyline of the dream, I can't seem to remember. I imagine being on foot and having to get somewhere far away, amongst other things that are very explainable and discernible that I would not tell you right now. But I think since I'm about as far into this as I am, do I have anything else here? No. What I want to do is get this rise underway, because I have several things I want to talk about that require me having this screen here. And so, to celebrate, actually, I said I wasn't going to put this back in, but I'm going to do this for the fuck of it. Okay, so it's time for the rise today, okay, everybody? I'm going to try and have a perfect execution here. Bing, bing, and boom. Yeah, baby. Right. And as I talk to you now with my Lisp, this is just as epic, if not more epic, when I lisp doing the rise than when I don't have the stupid thing in my mouth. I lied to you before when I said I wasn't going to put this thing in my mouth. I indeed have it in my mouth, and I'm not sorry for it. This is pretty darn cool. 3 more, boom. Yes, baby, yes. We love it. I am here doing this entertainment for you. And if I have to pause at some point, it's not my fault. It's the fault of fucking FedEx. Yes, sirree. The rise was fun. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the rise is over. And thusly, I will take this out of my mouth without hesitation. Goodbye. Why? Because it's spontaneous and it is what it is. If you don't like it, that's tough tutors for you dudes. Okay? We're going to move right in. We're going to move right into things. We're going to get through things. We're going to remember this pause button. We're also going to be listening carefully for the doorbell ring. I put a note on the doorbell. Ring several times so I hear you, because I'm imagining like during that rise when the music is going on like that, if they were ringing, I don't necessarily think I would hear it because of the way it's drowned out in my ears. But now, there's a good chance I will. Without further ado, I would like to move into my first sort of interesting topic. And what I will do for that is bring this down here and go like, oh no, that's not the right one. Boom. Yeah, see, I'm getting better. I'm getting better at knowing what's up. So here we go. I want to open this up. This is a fire that was happening by my cousin's house the other day. That's a Humvee burning up there. And I was like, what the hell is that? What's going on here? Okay, we go back. Hold on. I want to come back, zoom back out and watch that one more time. And I'm surprised it's only 8 seconds long. I don't know why it's only 8 seconds long, but I do find that quite interesting what that is. Hold on. What's going on here? Play, you stinking son of a gun. What's going on here? Why are you not playing? Let's unselect that. Let's come back in here and see it one more time. A Humvee near my cousin's house burning up. A big fat Humvee. And I'm like, is that arson or is that just some kind of electric vehicle version of Humvee that burned down? It doesn't belong to Arnold. So if you're worried about it belonging to Arnold Schwarzenegger, I doubt that belongs to Arnold Schwarzenegger. I want to know if that was caused from pyromania, from someone like who committed arson, or if that was just some kind of super flaw in a car. Cars don't usually spontaneously combust. I'm more concerned that electric vehicles will, but combustible vehicles, usually something pretty dramatic has to happen for those just to spontaneously set on fire. So I'm thinking that somebody was guilty. Let me just put it this way. Someone set the Humvee on fire, and we're going to find out who that person was if it's the last thing we do. Yes, sirree, we're going to find them. If I keep fucking with this thing, I'm going to break it. I'm enjoying myself, and I'm here for my own therapy, and if someone else enjoys that which I am doing, then I am grateful for that. But let me show you something over here really quick, shall we? See this? I modified the background image in this so that it wasn't just a carbon copy of what's on this TV behind me. I zoomed in on it a little bit, and that is me doing the copy thing again with the person I'm copying. I'm just taking so many things right out of his playbook. Sorry, Mike. That's the way things are going to be. You should be flattered because I think you're one of the best out there, and so I'm trying to emulate the best, but I'm also trying to bring my own shit to it. And if anyone thinks there's something unflattering or unbecoming about me for myself, admitting where I get my influences from, whatever. When I played music, I was inspired by the Beatles, Metallica, Pink Floyd, Paul McCartney, Jethro Tull is one of them. Like all these great influences. Smashing Pumpkins, I love. There are all kinds of different rockers, different people, many different styles I liked that went into what I do when I make up music. And so what I'm doing here is I'm definitely emulating someone, but trying to make something my own. I'm not addressing all the same topics. I'm trying to be more intellectual with certain things, give good commentary to the topic of red pilling or manosphere shit. That's the I'm supposed to contribute to, and I say manosphere shit. What else am I supposed to say? Let's come in here and let's keep going down this list of things that I have here, shall we? Oh, this one's kind of funny, I must say. It is kind of funny, and I'm going to shut out of that really quick, and I'm going to bring you all over here and take this over here. And now this is kind of funny, in my opinion. We will open up the sound on it right here.
Hi.
Joe Biden.
Are you lost, sweetheart? Are you afraid, honey? Well, why don't you come with me?
This is a good one.
All right. I'll sing you a song till your mom comes back. God is in his holy temple.
God is in his holy place.
Thoughts,
Earthly
be
thoughts.
silent now.
Be silent now. Okay, that's it. We don't need to see that more than once, but it's a Joe Biden deepfake. It creeped me out, and I personally think it's apropos because we see so many videos of our beloved president sniffing children, petting children, and it just, so that seems like that could be real. In fact, it might not be a deepfake. It might be the real thing. Maybe we saw that on Fox News. They're about that credible, let me just tell you. Which side is this guy on? Is he a conservative? Is he a liberal? One day he's wearing a shirt from Los Angeles, and the next day he's saying that a unflattering clip of Joe Biden was played on Fox News, which clearly wasn't, or was it? I don't know. What do you think? I wasn't particularly happy with the show recording I did on Monday. I thought the mixing was good. The execution of the production was pretty good, but I felt myself sort of off. And I don't know. I don't know what it was. So far today, I'm having fun. And maybe I should have been like, I'm going to keep putting this thing back in my mouth, the mouth guard, as we go. When I feel inspired. Okay, so here's a clip from whatever, taken from the shorts.
There's this term in...
Okay, hold on. What I don't like about this, shorts on YouTube, you can't control the stop and go and going back and forth between certain points. So which one do I have here? Let me just look. Oh, yeah. So Brian is accused of mansplaining. He's mansplaining women, actually. And let's just observe here how incredibly bored looking all of these women are. And it is sort of funny, I must say. I can't say that it's not funny. Look at the looks on their faces. They're like, oh, God. She's not looking at anything. She's looking in a way because she's like, oh, my God, I don't want to hear this. But let's just play this momentarily.
Video games called carrying. So when you carry someone in a video game...
He's talking about when two people play a video game together and you're playing at the same time, there's someone who's really good and there's someone who can just kind of follow the lead of that person and not have to do anything. But he's relating it to relationships with women. Let's continue.
You basically, they suck a video game, you have to do all the work, and you bring them to the win. That's how men feel, most men feel, when it comes to courtship with women. We have to do everything. Ask you out, pay for the date, set up the date, plan the date, and then, go for the first kiss, move things forward, handle everything. So women have the privilege of not really acknowledging or knowing all the work that goes into actually going from matching with you on a dating app or meeting you all the way to sex and then moving forward from that.
Okay, so
him pulling back is just him being like, well,
wait, here we go.
I've been carrying you after a period
just like
of
in
time.
the video game.
You aren't starting to put in mutual effort.
Look how they're just like, we don't want to hear this from you. Now imagine if these women were on Fresh and Fit, they would all be just like hanging on Myron's every word. Like, oh my God, Myron's telling us all this stuff. When Myron mansplains, women are like, I love him. When Brian the Weak from whatever is mansplaining, these women have this look on their face like, shut the fuck up, motherfucker.
Eating him?
Dude, for real, man.
Guys are going to be like, either she's just not interested,
and she's like, shut up.
Fucking tired
See,
of
none of them
have
anything to say. See, she's like, here we are. It's playing again. She's like, Oh God, I do not want to hear. She's like, shut the hell up. I don't want to hear you talking about this. I can just tell from your eyeballs that I resent all of these women on here, on this panel, this particular panel. There I go, being gynecologistic again. Yeah, enough of that. Oh, I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, okay, just testing. Just testing, everybody. Take it easy. I have to fucking test sometimes because shit doesn't work. Hunter Avalone. Let's hear what Hunter has to say. And this is another one of those annoying...
Be at home and take care of my kids.
Okay, hold up. You bastard, Hunter. You bastard. And I had to take a short clip of this guy because he really does tend to annoy me. So here we are. He is very pompous. He acts like a know-it-all, and I think he's actually making good points in this from what I recall. It's just there's a condescending nature to every word he ever utters. He's just so pompous. Watch until the end. Hunter Avalone stumps Red Pill Guy. No, you didn't stump him, dude. It's just an assumption on your part that you're right when you didn't stump him at all because, motherfucker, in my opinion, I agree with him and he's stumping you. You, sir, need to be a better man. Hunter Avalone. I haven't even gotten into this yet. And I'm bitching and moaning about you, Hunter. It's your fault because I've spent tons of time in the past bemoaning you for how arrogant and silly you are.
And yeah, but guess what? It's also okay for a man to stay home with the kids.
I do agree that, of course, men can stay home. That's part of contributing to family life. There are myriad of ways men can contribute to that. But you're taking the feminist view when you say that. And you know that because some woman in your household has your fucking balls in the grips of their hands and she will crush them if you don't look over your shoulder for approval and be like, yes, honey.
That's just cuck behavior. But
hold on, wait. Do you think a good aspect of masculinity is this prescription that men should provide for their families?
That is a good aspect of masculinity.
Yes. And in the way you ask it, Hunter Avalone, is like you're implying that he's lame if he could possibly... You already have it in the tone of your fucking voice that you don't agree with something that's already like inevitable to come out of that guy's mouth. Hunter, jeez, you pissed me off.
Yes.
Okay. Do you think the only way to provide for your family is via finance?
Hunter has all that good reasoning you would expect from testosterone. Right? I mean, and so it's like you have it planned out. You already have this dude prejudged. Why even ask someone their opinion if it's not to get a thoughtful insight about a different way of thinking when your point just seems to be to judge the shit out of people when they don't agree with you, Hunter? If you could just remove the hands of your wife from squeezing your testicles as you express these opinions, that would impress me, Hunter. Seriously? Remove wife's hands from your balls and say what you want to say. Or are you already just so pussy whipped over having a woman that you can't possibly because you're afraid to lose it or whatever? But let's continue because I got to get over with Hunter. He's always pissing me off. He's always annoying me. You're always pushing me too far, Hunter Avalone.
No.
Whoa!
Be at home and take care of my kids.
And yeah, but guess what?
So I fucked that up. I'm gonna let this play momentarily. Here's the problem. I can't. So on these fucking clips, if I were on my Mac Pro, I would be able to stop those and keep going.
Okay. Do you think the only way to provide for your family is via finances?
So here's the obvious question.
No, you can provide it in other ways. Being emotional to your partner. Just control it. Be stoic about it.
Do you think that you're able to provide for your family? Maybe you're providing by taking care of the kids and making dinner.
But why does it sound when you ask him that you're faulting him for wanting to provide in the way that he provides? That's what a lot of traditional families do, and it works for a lot of people, and they like it. And you sound judgmental because you're Hunter Avalone. You have your fucking nuts in a fucking vice called contemporary modern wifey.
Being there emotionally available for your children.
Oh, yeah, of course. I'm not going to be a deadbeat dad.
Wait, but if you think that is also providing for the family, why then is it cuck shit for a man to be a stay-at-home dad?
Because he has no passion. He has no...
Maybe his passion is to take...
cuck shit? I think a man... What I will agree with is that a man can contribute in a myriad of ways. And in the case of some men, it is cuck shit because, like, if you're supposed to be out there, like, I could totally imagine a scenario, get this, where the woman's complaining, you're not here, I want you here, I want you here, and yet she wants the lifestyle that she's living, and the man needs to be out working on that lifestyle in order to provide for the family. So she wants the lifestyle and she wants the man there all the time. Both of these things aren't possible. So people have to compromise, people have to give. And it's inherently harder for a woman to make these rationalizations, being that they are very often more emotional in their determinations of things. And Hunter, you can just tell, like Hunter, the expression was used in this cuck shit. Hunter, like, screams cuck. And he also screams pompous and condescending and self-righteous whenever he's talking about almost anything. God almighty, Hunter. Dude, you drive me crazy.
Of his family.
It's your tone, too. You make me want to, like, be harsh toward you, sir. I was going to say cuck, but that's not what I was going to say. I just kind of tripped over my words.
That is traditionally a feminine role.
To take care of a family?
Yeah.
Hunter, man, you just irritate the shit out of me. That's all I can say about you, bro. I need to get you off my screen. Need to get you out of my hair. That's why I picked the short today instead of doing anything long with Hunter. I can get carried away forever with that guy, and so I feel like duty bound to keep going, to not make a lot of time wasted over silly shit. But you sure bring it out of me. I'll tell you what. You inspire me with passion because you're such a super ding dong. How far are we into this right now? 26 minutes. Oh my, I'm moving through these clips very quickly. This next one here is of Bila Maher. You lovely man, you. I really appreciated something Bill was saying in this. So let's bring you over here. And blow it up. And he's talking to, who is he talking to? Let me see here. He's talking to Deepak Chopra. And this is mainly what Bill is saying. Let's see if he has the alpha streaming. Yes, good.
We all have regrets. I mean, life is, I've said this a million times, but when people give these interviews and they very often say, no regrets, and I think,
oh, right.
Who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
You can't be human. Every day is a regret of something. There's not one day that goes by that I don't think, oh, I wish I'd put the tea kettle on 5 minutes ago.
No, I mean, immediately I was into this clip because for a long time for me, it's been a pet peeve when people say, I have no regrets in my life. I would do it all the same over again and I wouldn't change anything. And it's like, so that's some kind of nonsense. So you're saying you never made mistakes in your life? And it's one thing to make mistakes and learn from them, and they might even lead to something good. But there are big mistakes you made where if you don't regret them, something's kind of off in your head. Like you're not thinking clearly. And so I've always reacted to people who say they have no regrets with some kind of trepidation or doubt about what they're saying. It just makes no sense. How could you have no fucking regrets?
Whatever it is. Like, who walks through
Hey.
life, no regrets? And I'm still having regrets. And so
of course,
yeah, I have lots of things
regrets.
that, it's like,
But honestly,
you
all
can't.
sorts of
about
things.
The difference
something
is
that happened
you don't-
as in a dreamscape.
you don't.
Do you remember what you were doing last Thursday at 5 o'clock in the
it wasn't
evening?
a-
Do you
What does
even-
that even mean? like bringing up the point. Like at 5 o'clock, let's take a random day. 5 o'clock last week on Tuesday. Where the fuck was I on Tuesday? I don't even know. I don't know what I was doing, but it's not so much a matter of remembering a specific time as it is remembering something that you did specifically which you would not do again, or caused a problem in your life. I regret going on a motorcycle ride on that one day when I fell off and broke my neck, or you know what I mean? So like you will remember the date on those kinds of things, but big mistakes you have a tendency to remember. I'm not even sure the point that Deepak is making here. What the hell are you talking about, Deepak?
Remember what you were concerned about?
Yes, I do. And I
Really?
remember things that I would have rather have done differently when I was younger that were sometimes schmuckier or selfish.
Yes,
Or something,
God
nothing
almighty,
horrible, but like we all just are going through
Yes,
life.
sir.
And especially when we're young, we're scared and it's like, oh, is this guy going to take my slot or whatever it is? So, you're maybe have
Slot,
sharper elbows.
are you talking about comedy? That is not a real problem or a real regret, but do continue.
Would like. You're not as accomplished in life. You don't have all that anxiety off your shoulders about, am I going to be a success or not? And I know you're looking at me like, oh, these are all ridiculous concerns. I'm sorry, I'm a human.
But everybody's life is a special context. The things that bother me, other people might laugh at. And whatever happened to Bill, I might laugh at, but it was serious to him. And so this variety and the experience each individual have, that's not something to be laughed at. It's not something to be ridiculed. Yeah, I'm thinking about things when I was younger. Like I've said, when I look back at the things that were bothering me as much as 30 years ago when I was 19 and crazy about one particular girl, it was like the end of the world to me that she didn't like me. And it eventually wound up being an opportunity to grow beyond her. And it did. I became much more, you could tell at the time distinctly that I matured from that experience. I didn't just go on feeling sad about it. I had to let go of it at some point. Do you see what I'm saying?
Hey, these are my concerns.
But most humans have become biological robots, triggered by people and circumstance into predictable outcomes.
Maybe.
And so there's no self-awareness, and there's guilt, and there's shame, and there's humiliation,
aspects.
And there's hostility, and there's anger. And
I agree with what you're saying, but I'm not sure how it is relevant to the conversation we're having about regrets in life. Yeah, some people are robotic. There's no doubt. There are some people who are so fucking robotic. Do you see this? This mind rape causes people to be robots or robotic. I shouldn't say they're by definition robots, but they're acting like a robot, a metaphorical robot when their fucking minds get raped. And I'm not sure the point Deepak is making right now.
There's war, and there's terrorism, and there's eco-destruction, and there's extinction of species, and poison in the food chain.
Okay.
This is an insane society.
I know.
It's totally insane. And if you don't agree that it's insane, then you're declaring...
You don't agree that it is insane? I love the English accent, to be honest with you.
Own insanity.
No, look, quit trying to cheer me up. I take your point. Oh, look, I forgot him to laugh. Hey, thanks.
Oh, yeah, no, we get out of here now because when Bill does his reads, it is soul-crushing. I mean, Bill, you're so creative. You're so funny. You have such great dialogues, and I like what you're doing in Club Random with a lot of people. But for God's sake, for the love of God, figure something else out for your advertisements because they're horrible. They're soul-crushing. And I'll tell you what, the way you're doing them, every time I'm watching, Bill, are you listening? Listen, because this is true. I fast forward. Duh. And it's not that I'm not interested in some of the things you're selling. As a matter of fact, from the standpoint of monetizing what it is you're doing, that's perfectly fine. And I might watch to get an idea of who is advertising on your podcast. But as far as me sitting through that boring shit, you got to get over that, okay? There might be a better way to go about it where it just takes up much less of the time, space in your show. It's like you're back to doing politically incorrect and you have to at least make a fucking segue when you got to go to a sponsor. But I realize you're cutting it up in pieces. Whatever. I'm going on too long talking about all this shit. Next on my list is a clip from Fresh and Motherfucking Fit. And I will take you over here to see that right now. Yep. I'm trying to remember, what is this one about? I watched all of... Oh, what? No, thank you. I don't know why it does that. Let's come back here. I was just trying to get it back to the 0 point. Whoa, it does it again. Okay, I got to figure out why that is technically happening. It's really F-wording annoying. Now I'm just going to play from here and F you. Strange technical problem.
I guess a question for you guys would be, would you wife
Alpha
a
stream.
25-year-old OnlyFans that has 200 bodies?
Oh, yeah.
Or a
200 body
42-year-old
count.
that was married before?
Okay. The question is, everyone, would you rather have a 25-year-old gorgeous, hard body, beautiful woman with a body count of 200, I think she said? That's insane, having a body count of 200. And super hot, of course, but she's an OnlyFans sex worker. Okay, sure. We won't get into that right now. Or a 40-year-old woman who's divorced with children. And it is an interesting question, but my immediate thought was neither. I want neither of those. Just like younger is better because less baggage. And younger without the baggage of having a 200 body count and being on OnlyFans. That's like a big no-no. Both of those are potentially problematic, but you never know the circumstances of the lady who's divorced. I want to see the woman who's divorced. I want to meet her. I want to know her. But at the same time, I'm not particularly interested in raising someone else's child. If they're fully grown, that would be like a little different. If I'm just there to be a male role model, fine, but I'm not taking the father role for someone else's children necessarily. However, life is strange. You never know when you meet someone, you're like, I really like this kid. I can be a good role model for him. But, I'm still saying neither. I'm saying neither. No, thank you. Whenever anyone asks a question that is this hypothetical, you don't have to give the answer they're looking for, one or the other. No, I'm saying you have to answer. No, I don't have to answer one or the other. This is purely hypothetical, and I can say whatever I want. And so I will say neither. I want neither. Neither of those. Something else was trailing on my mind as I was saying that, and now I'm spacing it out, so I'm just going to go back and start playing this.
Oh,
that's a good question.
It is a good question.
Damn. Because
It's like, I asked the question. Look at me.
It's a good question.
Right there. Look at her. She's like so proud. She's like, I brought an intellectual topic to Fresh and Fit. I'm so good. Me. Okay, so continue.
Damn. Because that's pushing your guys like
if it was
no age limit.
Yeah, because I wouldn't marry either, to be honest.
Get married.
You gotta
Good.
choose.
If I have to
That's
pick
the
one
answer.
of the lesser
You gotta
evils,
choose.
okay.
I want to say again, Myron, I doubt anyone will ever hear this, but there's a problem with your microphone, and I think you need to work on it because it sounds like there's some kind of phasing issue between yours and all the other microphones. Your buddy here on the right, when he's talking in his microphone, it sounds perfectly good and isolated. So you need a directional microphone like the one that I have that kind of kicks out the sound and the noise on all the other ones. All the women there have a better tonal quality. And I'm not knocking your voice. I'm saying that the production needs to be tweaked a little bit. Get a different mic and speak directly into it because it sounds too... there's too much sound bouncing off the walls and whatnot. Those are my 2 cents. I'm not trying to be a snob about it. I'm just saying... The perfectionist that I am is wanting me to say, hey, dude, you're doing a great thing. You have all these resources. Take just a tiny little smidgen of your resources and resolve that problem that I keep hearing.
That's tough. Because it goes to extremes.
Remember, she can't be a hoe.
Y'all do it all the
She
time.
can't be over 24. And she can't go.
Her time bomb is
Her pussy
ticking.
about to stop working.
Shit out of
There are a lot of very good-looking women on this panel for sure. My God, look at this woman right here. Look at those. Wah! It's hard not to notice as a man, and she's got a whole sleeve covered in red flags over here. Trouble. And in that studio, for some reason, I'm imagining it down there, very humid, very warm, and I wonder if they have air conditioning. But still, it's like you're in this giant leather coat. I'm imagining you being so freaking sweaty and warm underneath that.
Hello.
I'll say this. In that scenario, as a man of God,
Leave God out.
No, leave God out of it. Fuck you, bitch. Sorry. Just seriously. I mean, leave God out of it. You wouldn't want to be called out by some kind of moral authority, would you? Like, that's insecurity, that's sin, and that's pride right there on display. Right now, and I'm calling it out. Leave God out of it, because I respect him for bringing up God in the first place. You hold on to that, dude. You stand your ground.
You gotta answer. I'm trying to think here, what, because both of them are absolutely terrible. The 42-year-old is effectively useless, right? She can't give you kids. She's old.
I'll take OnlyFans.
Yeah.
She's useless. Man, I can just... You know what makes me laugh about that is because I can just hear the women hearing... When they hear him say, 42-year-old's just basically useless, I imagine all these antennae going up on women going like, what the fuck did he just say? And I mean, like, that's why he's my hero, because he says the unthinkable. And so many women are like, yes, sir, Myron. You know, I bet you if you sent a photographer out with Myron and this whole crew, like all night long, you get pictures of women who are just gazing at him with that alpha gaze where they're like, ah, ha, ha, wow, I want Myron for myself. I mean, I'll just bet you there are so many women who see Myron as the ultimate catch in this equation of this little culture, social community they have down there. The girl in the green, I feel like I've seen her before. She is not only a beauty, but I feel like I've seen her before.
That's the OnlyFans girl.
That's a
damn,
that's a hot dog down the hallway. That's what
I know it's terrible. But at least she could. If I, man. God damn, bro.
Yeah, we can't reason this. You're thinking about it way too hard. The answer is the answer that I gave. Neither. I reinvent the hypothetical question. Do you choose to eat rabbit shit or pony shit? Like, neither shit. No, thank you. And I'm sorry to liken either woman in that case to pony and rabbit shit. Can't
Come
fucking
on, man.
That's who I am. I'm sorry.
Are we assuming that she got STD, so she's clean, not going to get infected with the T virus?
Could be.
Okay, so hypothetical again. So he's like, can we add conditions to this hypothetical? Does she have an STD? Will I get herpes? Will I get God knows what else? Syphilis. You know what? This is the appropriate time. Will I get syphilis from? Will I get syphilis from one of these women? Syphilis, because I don't want syphilis. I do want to say the word syphilis with a properly articulated letter F. So let me try and do it the right way. Syphilis. 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 That's seriously the shape of my mouth you see when I say S correctly, but it makes me seem like I'm putting you on. That's seriously how my face looks when I say syphilis. Syphilis. Okay. Back to our regular scheduled program.
No, that's the 42-year-old.
Then I'm going to have to do a 42-year-old.
That's disgusting.
At that point.
So no kids?
No kids.
Syphilis.
I got to take the L.
No she kids? May be able to have kids. You never know.
Well, I'm not going to be monogamous anyway, so.
So you're not planning on having kids?
No, I am.
You're going to practice polygamy?
I'd get another wife.
Oh, polygamy.
Yeah. Okay. No guy wants to be a monogamous man. Like, that's the biggest cap ever. A lot
of high-value men are going that route.
I do think that there are men who want to be monogamous. They want to have a loyal companion there next to them, and it's not unmanly to say that. That doesn't mean I'm not attracted to other women and I don't have that natural urge and inclination to want to screw them, like a good portion of the women on your panel here today. Let's see, on your panel, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 out of 9 are women that tempt me sexually, but I see red flags on several of those. So let's keep going.
Polygamy. Why you looking like that,
bro? Because you don't live in reality. You over here saying 39, I'm still gonna get a high value man. Like, yo, when guys have options, they other.
Yeah,
that's how it is.
He's right.
She said, polygamy.
Wait. Yeah. Oh, I thought she said they want to be monogamous.
I didn't say that. I said a lot of high value men that I know want to practice polygamy.
Yeah. Okay, my bad.
Yeah. I guess polygamy is being married to several women, and if we're talking about spinning plates, having several different relationships going at once, that's entirely different than running a household where you have like 5 wives who are like sister wives. Like in a marriage, a polygamous marriage. Polyamory is kind of maybe what you mean to say. Anyway, let us close out of this, shall we? Boom. And come back here to the next video. And so I am eating up the time. And I'm so glad that I have not been interrupted. But here's my worry. I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to post it online. And I'm going to be sitting around staring at the wall waiting for this package to be delivered before I can go hang out somewhere else in a social setting. But okay, that was actually pretty good. That brief clip brought a lot out of me. And I like to say the word syphilis correctly. Syphilis, not syphilis. Okay, this chick here is, I recall enjoying this last night, even though I don't remember exactly what it was all about. I was listening to Jedidiah comment on this lady who was talking some man boss shit. I don't exactly know how to explain that. Let's hear it now.
So quick little girl chat here. If you're not a girl, you can keep scrolling because this absolutely does not apply to you. So for all my girls, do you remember how a while ago there was like...
I'll tell you, my immediate sentiment looking at her is like, trouble. I just get this feeling of trouble. I don't know. Just let's continue.
That big saying, and it was like, I think I girl bossed a bit too close to the sun. Does anyone feel like maybe they single girl era'd a little bit too close to the sun? Just a little bit too hard. And now you're just like hyper independent and you can't even fathom anyone helping you with anything. Like post breakup, let's just say you really got into that single hot girl era, took your hot girl walk, took care of yourself, started to live by yourself, maybe got a dog. And now you feel...
All these are kind of like okay things, but what are you leading to? Because I'm troubled by your tone. Like, there's just this screaming arrogance that I sense from you.
That you may have single girl era'd just a wee bit too hard. Like, you're just not sure if you could ever let anyone in again.
So without being too critical with this young woman, I hear someone talking a little bit about as we get older and we go through the time periods when a lot of people get married off and make certain life decisions that alter their course. Those of us that don't and wind up down the alternate path of being single, we kind of get set in those ways. So you're talking about it as a single woman, being a phenomenon for single women, when I think it's a phenomenon that occurs for both men and women on some level, where I become independent. I'm sitting here walking around my house yesterday. I live in a rather large house, and I'm thinking how fucking absurd I am to be me living in this gigantic house. And it's this dovetails off of what she's saying, in agreement with what she's saying, that I live here, and if I have a woman come in and live with me, I'm like, oh, no, these rooms are mine. I do my activities. Uh-oh, I have to pause. Excuse me. Hello, I'm back. Yes, I did just hear the doorbell ring, and they delivered a couple items, and I think they only delivered 2 of the 3 items. And I'm like, oh, man, are you kidding? They delivered the 2 that they said they were going to deliver tomorrow, and they did not deliver the one that they said was coming today. So does that mean that one is still coming today? I don't know. But the big major stuff is accounted for. I'm sure that it'll be all right now. Anyway, back to what I was saying. What I want to reiterate with her is this particular young lady here. She was making some sense that I related to, in the sense that I'm getting old. I live in this big house, and it's like I don't want someone to move into my environment and then suddenly be like, oh, I want this room for myself. It's like I'm so selfish at this stage. And it's true. And I'm basically guilty of exactly what I was being critical of her for starting out, that I don't quite want to sacrifice aspects of myself for someone else. But you wind up doing that if you feel like someone is worthwhile. I've literally thought, like, if you move in here, if a woman moves in here, what am I able and willing to offer her as far as making this home feel like her own? And I'm like, okay, this TV area stays configured like this, but you can decorate the walls. And I'm like, but you leave that front room alone. You leave my office alone. All of the basement is mine. You want to decorate the master bedroom? Have at it. Decorate the master bedroom. As long as the bed is comfortable and not by the window, then you can do pretty much anything you want. You want to get rid of the TV in the master bedroom? All these things I'm willing to concede for you. But I'm not willing to give up autonomy in these other rooms where I'm producing. And so it's like... so my problem is, like, I'm like, if I marry someone, for God's sake, eventually I may even have to have an even bigger house so that I can have my domain where I do my things privately. I have more than a man cave here. I have like several series of man caves with several different things going on. This is my TV studio here. Downstairs I have another recording studio that is also my workout space. And it's too cold down there to do those things. And so I'm making another recording space right outside this door in the front room there. And it's like I can't necessarily have a woman telling me not to do that. But I need to continue with this video. You see, Okay, we're almost to the end of this show already. How did I manage to do this? That's kind of fascinating to me, but let's keep going.
I am just too hyper independent now. Like the thought of someone sleeping in my bed, disgusting. The thought of someone...
No. I don't feel disgusting. When I think of someone sleeping in my bed with me, I'm like, am I going to be able to sleep? Not disgust. She probably sleeps with her dog. And so it's like you're sitting there saying, so if I'm sleeping with a woman who's quiet and doesn't bounce around all night long, that's okay. But I'm also concerned about me being a disturbance for her. I also like the closeness of sleeping together with someone, but I also, I don't want my sleep disturbed. So I relate on that somewhat. I just don't feel the need to describe it as disgusting. That's a little too heavy. It's like disgusting. Tell us, young know-it-all, young Jedi know-it-all, do you fucking sleep with your dog? I'm just asking.
helping me with anything, cooking meals together.
Of course.
It just...
See, like, some of those things I'm perfectly fine doing. I actually enjoy doing some of those things, and I enjoy doing those things for other people. So she's generalizing in her mind about who she's with when there are guys who are into that. But I mean, like, when I hear the tone of her voice and I see this look on her face, like, reh, and this is a supersized nose here that she has. I'm just saying, it's sorry, your nose, sweetheart, your nose. You got to deal with that nose. You're complaining about all these other things you're generalizing about, but I think you need to take a trip to the rhinoplasty doctor. I'm sorry. I know that's really rude, but your nose is really big.
Doesn't sound appealing anymore. So I fear I may have single girl Arid a bit too close to the sun on this one.
Interesting.
And I don't know about that.
Doesn't she seem appealing? Don't you all just want to run and date her?
No, I don't.
You know?
Like I was saying, I relate to a few things, but it was rubbing me the wrong way.
So this is the result. First of all, women get this message, right? She's...
Ooh, where's Jedidiah from? She says, first of all, that's some kind of East Coast accent, right? That's not West Coast is the best coast, Los Angeles. That's some kind of East Coast first is all. Where are you from, Jedidiah? I'm tempted to look it up right now. Oops. Hold on. I escaped out of the wrong window. Scenes, boom. So I will come back over here, okay, shall we? And I will go like this, and I'm going to escape out of this one.
Damaged,
boom.
Right? She's been through some...
I want to say Jedidiah Bila Wiki. I want to see who she is. Let's look her up here a little, shall we? I'm totally diverging right now. Jedidiah Louisa Bila. American television. She's known time host, daytime talk show The View for a year. Anchor on the Weekend Edition, Fox and Friends. She also has written 2 books. I like her, but where is she from? Brooklyn! That answers the question. Thank you very much. Back to our regular scheduled programming. She's from Brooklyn.
Type of relationship that scarred her, that made her want to do this single girl era.
Told you,
so
East
she went
Coast.
through something. That's clear.
Yeah.
Something happened.
She got her heart broken,
gone
and she was like, fuck that. I don't want to be in a relationship anymore.
bad. Somebody did her dirty. She didn't work out. Whatever it was, she got her feelings hurt, and she was like, "I'm gonna just be alone. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna get a dog."
Cool.
Which she did. I told you they all
and
have.
Say that it's empowered. Yeah, they do have dogs, and that's a problem I've been noticing. Like so many women on the Hinge app that I'm on are like, "You have to love my dog." And now I'm getting notifications that my package was delivered, and it's interrupting my state of mind still. Are we done? Are we fucking done? Shut up! God. I am enjoying myself today. This is a better show to me than the one I had yesterday, even though I got interrupted by the package thing. A monitor came for right here, a bigger monitor that's going to go with a nice new Mac Studio computer. And this one's going to go in that front room. Like I was saying, I'm excited about it. I've been trying to find a corner desk to put out there to accommodate all this. I am diverging very hard from the topic right now. Must get back on topic.
Dog, all of them. All of the girl bosses have a dog, and usually it's a dog dressed as
Dog.
a baby.
Dog.
In a stroller with
Sounds like
all
someone
types
from
of,
Brooklyn saying dog,
clothing.
right? I'm from Brooklyn. We say dog. We say dog. I can deal with that. I like your accent, Jedidiah. I'm too divergent right now. I just need to shut up and listen.
And, bottles and all sorts of weird stuff going on with the dog. Just saying.
Right.
And now she's in a position where she's saying not just that she doesn't want somebody in her bed. She doesn't want to cook with
somebody. She says it's disgusting. she says the idea of having someone in her bed is disgusting. And then I asked, does she sleep with the dog? Because sleeping with the dog is a pet peeve of mine. And then I'm like thinking, if I have a dog, I have a bed next to my bed, and those dogs will bug me in the morning when they got to pee. They're going to be like, wake up, rah, rah, rah. And then like I'll trip over in the middle of the night when I got to go pee. I got to trip over the dog. People and their dogs. They're sweet animals. I want one, and yet I want it to be like super intelligent and know when and how and not to bother me.
Want anyone in her space. That's a defense mechanism.
Yes.
Right? That's
You're right. And I was doing the exact same thing and not even joking in saying how I live alone. I do those exact same things. And there's a defense mechanism because I've been hurt. I'm like, bring someone else new in here. I want someone, but it's like, you live here with me. Here's your space. Do whatever you want here, but don't fucking try to get into my space. And it's like, I don't even know that person yet. And I'm thinking if you ideally love someone like you should, you'll be like, yes, okay, I'll do that for you. Plus, being afraid of the escaping marriage with cash and prizes bit because the institution is such an unfair proposition in terms of a contract. Anyway, back to Jedidiah.
Defense mechanism. She's probably lonely. She's probably feeling completely opposite of what she's saying, but the defense mechanism is to say, I don't need a man, I don't need anyone, I'm here, I'm taking care of myself, I've got my partner.
And I think I'm ahead of her in that game because I'm admitting I have all those fucking issues. So simultaneously with sharing the same sentiments she has, like, I don't want anything to do with these women invading my space. This is my life. Stay out of my bed. All those things I acknowledge are some kind of defense mechanism because I remember being younger and actually having girlfriends where we slept overnight and I was just like, I love them. And then when it was gone, I was like, I'm sleeping alone. And so I make up these convenient excuses like she'll keep me awake when she's sick and I have a problem at night when I'm yelling out loud. I'll be like, no. And this is not a joke. I really do that. And so I can't say who, but one time I was sleeping with a woman and I was like, no, I was having a bad dream and I'm going, no. And she's like, would you shut up? And I'm like, thanks for your concern, Harpy. Do I have defense mechanisms? You bet your fucking ass. You bet your motherfucking ass I do.
I've got my dog. All is good. Again, if you have to say that, you're not good, right? If you have to be like, I'm taking care of everything, I don't need this, I have it. Honey, if you had to make this video, something's wrong. What are you trying to tell everybody that's going on underneath?
I'm doing the same thing.
Do you need tissue underneath it all, box of tissue? Something hurting you underneath all that facade.
See, that's what I want here to perfect my environment. I was thinking before, I need to have like a box of tissue here because sometimes I want to rub my nose and sometimes I want to scrunch up the tissue and then throw it right into the face of the camera when I do that. Like I did that once the other day. I'm like, that's my new thing. I just need to get the tissue box here and I need to have a tissue box permanently situated here so that I can do that. Especially when I'm drooling. I think we're going to wrap this up with this thing in my mouth. We'll do our very best. We're nearing the end here.
That she says that. Also, by the way, women, if you start a video and you say, girls, this is just for you. Guys, you don't need to be watching. This is just for the girls. I mean, it's really like very
red
unsavory.
Flag.
Don't do that. Just have a message. Just say what you got to say. I don't know why they feel the need to do that all the time.
I agree. I'm disappointed because I'm at the point where I got to close out of this. I got to say thank you, Jedidiah, because I'm ending it an hour. I don't want to go more than an hour. I do have that shit in my mouth right now. Okay, we're going to wrap this up. If you like what you see here, if you enjoy my strange entertainment, put it on the background in the background when you're doing busy work at home. Just put it up there on your TV and look at the pretty colors. You know what I'm saying? Look at the pretty colors immersed in your syphilitic life. Syphilis. You know, okay, so if you like this, I'm grateful. Share it, subscribe to the show, and is there anything else? Like it. Engage with me in comments. If you're cool, I'll get you in here with me. You know, we got to have some of the same values in common, but whatever. I do want to say this is for real. Peace be with you all. syphilis. Don't you dare give me syphilis. I don't need syphilis. Syphilis. Adios.